is Lady T with Lady T Speaks TV, where we talk about relationships, relationships, relationships. So, we left off in the last video talking about preconceived ideas that we have when we come into a new relationship. In this video, I want to talk about fantasy, fantasy, breaking those myths, busting those myths. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the myth that you can meet your soulmate, the myth that you can meet Mr. Right or Miss Right. Why do I say they're myths? Because truthfully, they are. Can you meet someone that you're compatible with? Yes, there's a difference. Can you meet someone that you're going to fall in love with and have a rewarding relationship? Yes, you can. But there are preconceived ideas about this fantasy soulmate that need to be dispelled. So I was reading an article in Psychology Today once again, and the reason I like Psychology Today is because a lot of the articles there they do a lot of stats, like statistical methods that they go out and they do surveys with couples, and then they find out that across the board these things remain true or they've been proven or factual. So I like having that kind of information to give to you so that you're not knowing it's not off the whim or off the cuff, but it's something that people have done in general. So let me just share this with you. Um, the article was named Get in Touch with the Relationship Myths. So the fantasy of the soulmate can drive people to spend their lives bouncing from relationship to relationship, never finding one that completely satisfies. As your partner's phobias start to emerge from the midst of a relationship's initial glow, you figure that it's time to move on until Mr. or Miss Right comes along. Some people are more prone to this fantasy than others, reflecting perhaps a combination of factors ranging from their own early socialization to the images they carry away from watching too many romantic comedies. It's also possible for people to cling to the soulmate fantasy because they're trying to avoid either their own previous mistakes or the mistakes they believe their parents made. People's beliefs about relationships can be even more important than your actual experiences in those relationships. We all interpret our experiences in terms of schemas or templates within our minds that shape our perceptions. If you think a relationship should be full of romantic drama and intense emotion, your regard the day to day rhythms of everyday life to be completely deadening. On the other hand, if you're a staid and steady sort, you'll run as fast as you can from a partner who is taking an endless roller coaster ride of emotions, high and lows. So that's so important to dispel these myths that I'm going to meet Mr. Right. I'm going to meet Miss Right. I'm going to find this person who's going to make my every wish and dream come true. My soulmate. We just matched with everything. And that's just not realistic. When in actuality, when you decide to go into a relationship, a new relationship, you have to find out a lot about that person to see if you are compatible, to see if you have the same sorts of ideas and beliefs. And 9 times out of 10, you do not. There are times where the opposite attracts, where that person, you're enamored with that person because they do things differently than what you do. And it's exciting and it's new and it's refreshing. And then there are times where there are similarities where you and that person may enjoy reading, may enjoy bike riding, may enjoy sports together and things of that nature. However, you're not going to always be totally in agreement all the time. And you should expect that because my worldview is different from your worldview, and that's okay. I just want you all to understand that there is no such thing as Mr. Right. There may be a person who is right for you, and there may be a person who you are compatible with, that you have a lot of things in common with, but everyone is not going to have all things in common with that person. And there's a scripture that talks about being unequally yoked. And that happens a lot in relationships too, because if I have a certain belief system, I may believe in God, you may not believe in God. I might believe in raising my children to be a Muslim, you may not believe that. So all of those things can come into play. So you have to be careful to think about what it is you would like to see happen in a relationship without putting that pressure on your partner, and vice versa. The person that you're in a relationship with has to think about what they're going to do in terms of being compatible, not to, you don't want to be in a relationship where the person is doing everything they think you want them to do, nor do that person want to be in a relationship with a yes person. Or everything you say, dear, anything you say, because that gets old, it gets tired, and nobody can keep up with that charade. And that's mostly what that is. It's a charade. You can't keep up with that. The real you will emerge. And so be authentic in your quest for romance and in your quest for a new relationship. Be the person that you're designed to be, and you will find someone that is designed to be with you. Um, we do believe that people can find happiness, that there is someone out there for you, there is someone for everyone. That's definitely true. But again, think about these kinds of things in terms of what you don't want and dispelling those myths about what you think this should be Mr. Right, Miss Right, or you want a soulmate. You really know that you can find someone that you are perfectly matched with, but that it's not realistic to think that you're not going to have issues and you're not going to have problems. So I just want to share that with you all. This is Lady T with Lady T Speaks TV, where I believe that relationships are worth saving. All right, see you when I see you.